So, getting ready to break ground on the facility, and can you walk us through how you feel about it and the steps that you'll go through?
Yeah, well, it's all geared toward the student athlete. The kind of coach's emphasis on mind, body, and soul. So it's been kind of designed around those parameters of really taking care of the student athlete from a daily perspective. They get all three of those things right, and it'll help them perform better on the field. So that's kind of what we focus the design around.
In terms of the square footage, will be about 150,000 square feet.
Yeah, so that's comparable about what we see across the board for Division I athletics, especially for Power 5 conferences and schools. 160,000 square feet gets us training space, locker room space, coaches' offices, team meeting rooms, sports medicine, weight training, the whole gamut of what they need to be successful.
My understanding is the timeline is completion sometime in the summer of 2024.
That's the goal. So we're currently in the middle of construction documents. We're teaming up with Children's Construction here to kind of deliver on that. But as fast as possible that the supply chain will allow is kind of where we're at right now.
Yeah. Yeah, Van, we've done a lot of building on this campus.
Yes, sir.
And can you talk to us a little bit about the timeline on the project?
Well, first phase is going to be the East Annex. We start that January the 9th. Then we'll complete that, and we're hoping to start in the fall on the main building. And then we're looking at 18 to 24 month construction time for the main building.
Okay. Anything about that project that you could share with us? Challenges or?
Well, the main challenge is the site. We're contained on all three sides. You got the north on the soccer, the east is the position football fields, and then Stadium Drive's right on the west. So the site's going to be extremely tight. It's going to be difficult to get materials in and out, but it's nothing we have not done before, and we'll be successful and get the building built.
In addition to the team being able to use this for game planning and do the film study, if they have a donor event and want to have a larger space, they can come up here and stage this. And these doors here, they're overhead doors, they'll be able to open up a small balcony that they can go out and watch practice on the side. And that way, it's a safety thing for the donors that they could watch practice, but not have to be on the field and interrupting practice, and the coaches can do whatever they need to on the field, but it still lets them be engaged. And so they'll be able to have obviously control lighting. We'll have shades that drop down, so if they want to make it a little bit darker in there for the video board, they can do that as well.
So the screens on the right, those are the virtual reality?
Well, these are just the projection screen. There's a virtual reality room that's separate from this as well, right? So this is a full 20 yards deep and a full 50 yards wide, same size as a football field. So you can see that parked out right here of what those lines are, of how big that's going to be.
So this is where the coaches will be able to bring them out of their meeting rooms and onto this
so their
field.
meeting rooms are actually right here. So
This is on the second floor.
this is on the second floor, and if they're in their meeting rooms and they're game planning and they want to see how it runs, they can just walk out of the door and walk straight into here. That way they're not taking 10 minutes to get down to the outdoor field. They can just go back and forth and work things out right on the spot.
Okay. Yeah,
That's just a big weight room area. Again, these doors open up, and it opens up right to the indoor practice facility.
So Van, say that again. This is the the weight room, and it's overlooking the indoor practice
that's the indoor
facility.
practice facility right there. These doors roll up and they open up into the practice facility. This is that hydrotherapy area. We said it was right behind the training area, which is right behind the weight room.
Okay.
That's the big team meeting room on the second floor.
So 100 seats, you say?
Yeah, 100 seat capacity.
Okay, and that's on the second floor?
Yes.
And then this, of course.
That's the players' lobby.
Now, what will the players' lobby, just when they come in after practice, and they'll be able to get hydrated and food? Or
Yes, there's a hydration and neutral station right there in the hydrotherapy training room area.
See, you got some ribbon boards with news. Conceptual.
Yeah, that's the entry lobby, which is up there, which is going to be right there, closest to Memorial Lake. That's the big when you walk into the facility.
Right.
That's the
Oh, yes, it's in here, or you can walk around this way.
You got that multi-purpose room up down again. Also, there looks that's just kind of a gathering area.
And that looks like it's overlooking the field. That would be under Mike Norval's office.
Yeah, that's on that bottom floor when you first come in,
Right.
on the first level. Like I said, if you want to come by the office at some point, just look at the floor plan. You can get see how it all flows together and make better sense for you.
Yeah. Van, let me ask you this. This is what the locker room is conceptualized to look like?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and it's got, what, 100 and some lockers?
Yeah, I don't think it has 100. Yeah, I think it's right about 100. And then there's an additional locker area for the coaches,
Yeah.
GA staff, and that kind of stuff.
Where would this be located? On the first floor?
Yeah, right on the first floor.
Close to the indoor end?
Right in the middle of the building.
Okay.
Virtually almost below this space.
Okay.
Because the north end of the building is all the weight room. And then
Yeah, the north end's all weight room.
which is all weight room.
Right.
And then you go down, and then you get to this hydrotherapy area, along with the training area. You know, the training room and the training, the medical taping, and all that. And then you come down, and then you go to the locker room.
Okay.
And once you get past the locker room, then you get into the players' lobbies and entry lobbies and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And then, you know, the building is L-shaped. It goes down, and it turns and goes to the east.
Right.
And the east side is where all the Seminole Productions is, and the big meeting room, multi-purpose room is right there at the inside of the L.
And Mike Norval's office will be on the second floor of that.
Above that.
Van, thanks for your time, man. I'll come by your office and we'll get more.